getting kind of late in the evening there, but several of you just enrolled as TelexFREE promoters within the last couple of days, and this is your first webinar. I want to introduce myself. My name is Rob Ireland, fellow co-panelists today, Roy Lentz, LJ Jacobs, Yolanda Lippens, and also Jay Godwin. The purpose of these webinars and trainings is to give you the current, most up-to-date and accurate information from what we know as it pertains to all things corporate, to what's going on in your respective back offices to manage your TelexFREE business. And also we impart strategies on how to manage your business but also grow a thriving and developing TelexFREE revenue model. Let's get some legal stuff out of the way here, and then we'll get right into the topics of today because there's quite a bit to go over. As you know, this is a training and strategies webinar hosted by independent promoters who are active promoters within the TelexFREE LLC network. Any financial data contained is for illustration purposes only. Past performances and even our results is not an indicator of future gains for you or other viewers. Due diligence should always be conducted prior to entering into any business opportunity, and management of your business ventures are your sole responsibility. These webinars may also contain privileged or highly confidential information. We ask that you respect our intentions for your success, and discussion of these topics are for your consideration only. If you're viewing this recording in error or not the rightfully intended recipient, please immediately disregard the communication, notify the sender, and delete any electronic and/or hard or printed copy. Any unapproved forwarding, sharing, copying, editing, dissemination, disclosure, or other distribution of any or all portions of this webinar in any form or attached materials covered under the Electronic Communications Privacy Act and further subject to national and international rules of evidence for settlement discussions with us only. So that all being said, let's get right into it. Roy, did you have an opportunity to get that?
Let me check once. Let me check once
okay.
Real quick.
Okay.
It's not coming through for some reason.
Okay.
Send it again right quick.
I'll send it again. But essentially, what we want to start in reference to topics today is some recent, TelexFREE corporate dialogue that we had with Steve Labriola that started, beginning of last week. And as you all know, he was over in Madrid for quite a weekend over there. Roy, I'll kind of pass this over to you if you want to go through some of those highlights in reference to some corporate dialogue that we've had with Steve, and then I'll go back and resend these webinar topics to you.
Okay, thanks, Rob. Yeah, a few things to bring out, and you see that I've posted something from the website here. One important thing to remember is that the company is working hard behind the scenes to make our products more attractive, to bring out more products, and this is all related to what you've been hearing about the new compensation plan that we're developing. I think we all know, or we all have seen and read, issues posted online that people have said about the original compensation plan that we developed and how it's being marketed, whether it's legal or legit in various countries around the world. So several months ago, TelexFREE engaged, one of the premier consulting firms literally in the world for MLM companies. Okay, they, it's called the Sheffield Group. Several attorneys. They have a consulting firm, and they work with MLM companies to develop compensation plans, implement those, and also develop training and everything. And so all of this has been going on behind the scenes for the last several months, and we're at the point now where this is going to all come to fruition, if I said that right. And so you're going to start seeing a lot of this stuff, excuse me just one second, start coming out over just these next couple weeks. Most of you have probably seen this on the website. There is going to be a special training in Boston this weekend. It's going to occur on Sunday. the company is going to announce the new compensation plan. They're going to do a detailed training on it and provide us all with all of the special details that this compensation plan is going to entail. Now I know everybody almost in the world is messaging me and us and asking about details on the compensation plan, but I have to tell you that, for one, I don't have all of the details because it has not been issued by the company yet. We have the stuff that that came out of a video. There was a video, of course, that came out from Carlos Costa in Brazil that had some information on it. We do know there has been some other correspondence and stuff that we've received from the company about it. So I can go over some of the basics of the comp plan, but trust me, this is not going to be a complete discussion of the comp plan. That is going to happen this weekend in Boston, that the company is going to roll out. So if you can, I would encourage any and all of you to make it to Boston this weekend. This is going to be a very, very special event. They will release all of the parts of the comp plan. They're going to go through it in detail. They're going to talk about all the new products, the app, the cell phone. This will be a very in-depth training that I think you will all find very, very beneficial. So having said that, and excuse me, I'm just, I still don't see that, Rob. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, I'm trying to get the a copy of our of our topics for the day, and I'm just not seeing it in my email address for some reason. So so I will go on here. So a couple things to note about our comp plan and our relationship with TelexFREE. So let me just say, first off, I'll preface this by saying that understand that our role here as a promoter, as a rep for TelexFREE is to get customers, right? That's the whole idea of what we want to do with TelexFREE. So the original compensation plan, they agreed to pay us for advertising to get promoters. That will still be in the new comp plan. They also agreed to we can build a downline and get paid on that downline. That also is in the new comp plan. They are changing the price point. So now when you sign up as a rep, or what they're going to call an associate, that is going to be $149 to sign up as an associate. There will be several different levels that you can get to. You'll be able to get to what they call a promoter position by having 10 retail sales. And just let me know, Rob, if you want me to keep going here, because I still don't get that, so I'm not sure exactly what order you had this in here. I apologize, everyone. You'll be able to become a promoter by having 10 retail sales. As a promoter, you will also be able to get paid for placing your ads. As an associate, you will be able to build a downline. There'll be you'll be able to earn a 10% bonus on all of your direct sales. And let's see, when you become a promoter, and the idea is that you'll be able to sign up as an associate. You can stay as an associate as long as you need to until you get to be a promoter. Once you have 10 retail sales, you will become a promoter. As a promoter, you'll be able to earn $100 a week for placing your ads. When you first sign up as an associate, I think the first month you'll be able to place your ads and you'll earn $100 a week. At the end of that month, you will need to become a promoter to continue earning to place your ads. After that, you will still have to have at least 5 customers, 5 active customers each month, and to be able to continue earning to place your ads. And this is the whole idea, is that, like I say, the company wants us to focus on getting customers. There are lots of other things that will be in this comp plan. You're going to be hearing a lot more about it. But just know that the comp plan has been developed and approved by some of the top attorneys in the field, and you know, even some of the reporters, some of the so-called online experts have looked at it, and they're saying that it looks like a legal comp plan. So going forward, I think we have something that we can really build on. I think it's something that we can work for a long time. There's going to be, and remember that this is all kind of hinged on the fact that our product selection is being improved a lot. The new app that we're going to have for the VoIP will greatly enhance our VoIP, and I think you'll find that that it will be much easier for you to get customers for the VoIP. And I'll go through some of this, you know, perhaps again in a little bit here, but I want to kind of continue on. Rob, do you want to go ahead and fill us in with what else we're going on today? I still do not see that. I apologize, everyone. Rob, are you there? Do you want to go ahead and continue on?
Yeah, I'm here, Roy. The you know, you went over some corporate updates here. The topic number 2 is just, you know, speaking about this event in Boston on March 9th. You know, there's quite a bit of education that is going to be provided to all of us. There's a tremendous kind of leadership contingent that is going. For those of you who are in the Northeast area or who, you know, can get to Boston, just click on that slider tile on the home page as you log in to your TelexFREE back office. Tickets are available through the Eventbrite you know, software meeting management platform, and you know, certainly worth going to for a variety of reasons. One, the reveal of the compensation plan. Number 2, you know, further discussion and analysis of the app, and also a even greater and more detailed understanding of MFA. Really harnessing your business is what, you know, this is all about, and that is a go-to weekend for sure. I want to pass this over to Jay Godwin. I know he's on the horn here with us, and you know, Jay providing some updates is certainly something we always look forward to, and there's a continued interest in effective, resourceful marketing materials. If you wouldn't mind, you know, kind of giving all of us some ideas of what's working, you know, what are some conversation kind of topics and tips as we, you know, continue to really dig into Telex MFA. We'd appreciate that. Jay.
Rob, thank you so much for your kind words. We are happy and excited to be here as usual. We do got some things to throw out at you, but I do want to also touch on the event this weekend. You know, I've had the opportunity, as we talked on the call, to spend some time with Carlos and some of the other leaders, and in fact this morning had a lengthy conversation with the gentleman that heads up the TelexFREE customer service down in Florida, and I'll tell you, I'm excited about this event this weekend. There's going to be a lot of fantastic information, and you know, I don't know that we consider ourselves outsiders anymore, but somebody from the outside looking at TelexFREE on the inside, I mean, this is going to be an explosive weekend for you guys, and we're looking forward to being part of it. One of the things that I wanted to go over is we've had a little bit of a misunderstanding with folks when they've signed for the My Financial Advantage program. So what we wanted to do was kind of go over the how to get started, or what the next steps are with the program. And that's part of the link that, or part of the page that you see there on the screen. When you took your MFA link, the TelexFREE My Financial Advantage link, and signed up for My Financial Advantage, it actually opens you a back office or a portal to the My Financial Advantage program. We also will receive an email, or you did receive an email from My Financial Advantage that gives you your username and password for the program. What you have to do at that point is go back into your back office and sign up for each one of these programs individually. For example, for Money Tracks, the Financial Services on Demand, you simply go into the program. It walks you through how to set up your initial consultation. You pick the day and time, and the Money Tracks office will contact you by phone at that time. If you remember in some of our previous calls, that's what I suggest you start with, because the majority of the people that reach out to Money Tracks are saving more from that portion of the program than what the program costs them each month. So what I would do is go ahead and collect and gather your last 3 years' taxes, because that's the first thing they're going to ask you for, and they're going to attempt to find loopholes and save you money. But definitely getting started with Money Tracks should probably be your first priority, because it's going to more than pay for the cost of the program. With Credit Tracks, again, you go back into the back office, click on Credit Tracks, and it's going to walk you through the individual steps to initiating your Credit Tracks program. And one of those steps is securing a credit report. There's been a little bit of a misconception in that we do not pull credit reports for you. It's your responsibility to get us a credit report initially, and then we will help you gather them from the credit bureaus once you're in the program and they're responding to what it is that we are doing. But again, it will walk you through step by step on how to do it. You just have to sign for the individual program. Now, the Equity Tracks portion is a little more in depth. When you go in to initiate the Equity Tracks program, you need to have all of your liabilities, or everything that you're paying on, from a month-to-month basis. Now, when we say everything that you're paying on, the things that would include would be your mortgage, your car payment, any revolving debt, which are credit cards of any kind, whether it be a major credit card or whether it be a store credit card or even a gas credit card. The only items that you pay on a monthly basis that are not going to be included in this would be things like your power bill, your cell phone bill, things of that nature. You may also, if you have any old collections that you're wanting to address, you may want to have that information, so you can put that in there as well, and we can work on getting you completely debt-free. But when you initiate the Equity Tracks program, it's going to take you probably about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how many items you have to input into the system. We need you to put all of that information into the system and then hit send, and it's going to generate your debt-free report for you. So again, guys, signing up for the MFA program is the first step, but going back and taking advantage of each one of those products is crucial. We've had folks that have not done so and have not gotten the benefit of the program yet. So if you have not done that, please go in and do that. If you need help, then please reach out to me personally. We have a customer service staff sitting waiting to help you guys with this. If you need help, my email again is jay@myfinancialadvantage.com. Again, very important that you guys activate each and every one of these programs. Now, I have people that call me and say, you know what, I've got a 750 credit score, I'm fine. Guys, it's worth it just to take a few minutes, secure a credit report, send it to me, let me see if there's anything I can do to boost that credit score anymore. You may have good credit, we can make it great credit. Same thing with Money Tracks, guys. I I mean, Joe Kraft and his staff are working wonders. And a lot of folks that are with TelexFREE, this is the first time they're paying taxes on this type of an income. And Joe Kraft is working wonders for those folks. So please take advantage of each one of these products. Now, guys, I want to take just a minute if I can. I know that you've got a busy schedule in this call, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I want to take a minute and talk just a little bit about marketing. People have had some questions on how to mass market this product or where they should take it. And what I generally say is start with low-hanging fruit. First of all, we all have friends and family that have gotten hurt in this last recession or depression, as I like to call it. A lot of folks that are in your direct circles of influence may need help and you just not know it. So just making people aware of what's available, making people aware of the products and the tools that you have now that you have become an MFA promoter. I mean, guys, there's people all around you that need this product, these products. One of the other things that I would do is I would look towards the real estate and the mortgage industry, because traditionally that's where I've had the majority of my success marketing the program is folks who are looking to obtain and maintain home ownership. So there are so many different outlets out there, whether it be the Remaxes or the Real Livings, there's banks, Bank of America, Chase, there's places all over your areas that need this product, this program. Car dealerships are also a big source of big volume. And one of the things that MFA has to offer that none of your competitors out there will is the product offering that we have is built not just around credit restoration, but it's built to help people get out of their situation and give them the tools to never go back. So for a car dealership looking at offering this type of a product offering to their consumers, it's huge, and it's going to build brand loyalty and dealership loyalty for years to come. So in dealing with these folks, if you need help, reach out to me. Again, you've got my email. I've been in just about every type of retail situation with this product that you can think of, so I can help you with all of it. The credibility of the careers of the people at the table, whether it be Joe Kraft, a New York Times best-selling author, Brian House, or myself, who've been doing this for over 20 years, there's a lot of credibility that this product brings to the table that none of your competitors will bring. Compliance-wise, when looking at retailing this product or marketing this product, guys, 99.9% of the competitors out there are not compliant. The My Financial Advantage program is compliant 100%, and in fact has extra layers of compliance that most other companies out there have never even heard of. Guys, we have placed this program under the corporate umbrella of a company called World Law. World Law is in all 50 states and like 26 countries. Guys, we have layers of compliance that other companies haven't even heard of. So this will give you the credibility to walk in anywhere and talk to anyone. Other good sources, bankruptcy attorneys. I know it sounds like a no-brainer, but guys, if somebody has just filed a Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy, their credit's in shambles. Obviously, their money is in shambles. That's what put them in a bankruptcy office to begin with. And what debt they have left, they need a realistic, responsible plan on how to pay it off. So bankruptcy attorneys are huge. Divorce attorneys. I think that divorce is now like the #2, is neck and neck with medical issues, #1 and #2 reasons for derogatory credit. Anybody going through a divorce is probably going to need the My Financial Advantage program. So those are just some examples on how to get started. If you need help, you need more information, please reach out to me at any time. Again, that email is jay@myfinancialadvantage.com. And for those of you who are going to be going to Boston, I am going. And if you need some one-on-one time or some FaceTime, this may give us an opportunity that we don't normally have at some of the other events. So reach out to me. Let me know your schedule. I'll hopefully have my itinerary this afternoon, and we'll spend some time face-to-face. You guys have been our #1 supporter from the moment that we started with TelexFREE. Your team means a lot to us. So whatever time, whatever advice, whatever information I can give you, I will certainly do so. Again, we're excited to be there this weekend. I think that this is just one more step in the legacy of TelexFREE and what your leaders are building. And we're happy to be a part of it, guys. So Rob, Roy, LJ, Yolanda, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate the opportunity to have a voice on your calls and be a part of your team. And look forward to seeing you guys this weekend.
Thanks so much, Jay, and safe travels. We know you're doing a lot of traveling these days, and we look forward to seeing you in Boston as well. And thanks so much for all your contributions and making yourself accessible and available to all of us. Because one thing that LJ, Roy, and myself and others who are active panelists here is we just greatly care about the financial future of everyone, and certainly been able to create a significant income with our respective TelexFREE businesses. But in the words of Joe Kraft, it doesn't necessarily matter how much you make. What matters more is how much you keep. So thank you so much for being a kind of an educational benchmark for us, Jay. We really appreciate everything you do and provide, and look forward to continuing education from you, just in reference to all things as they pertain to our financial house. And when you see Brian and Brian, in the hallways of your office, please give them a firm handshake and a wave hello from all of us.
I will do so, Rob. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Thanks, Jay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So off to topic number 4 here, and again, we apologize just with some exchange of communication, but we wanted to go through some recap here of what happened in Las Vegas and Madrid this past weekend. And Las Vegas, for those of you who were there, you were certainly not just entertained, but certainly filled with a variety of educational topics, whether they be MFA related, app related, because Todd was out there, but also Telex related too. And in process right now is all of the editing for that video that was taken. As we said last week, there's roughly about 5 terabytes of data and filming that was done, and all of that was shot in HD. So it takes a little bit of time to format all of that, but it's going through editing right now. Please know that for those of you who attended, you'll have access to those videos, as well as the PowerPoint presentations that the speakers went through, because we just want you to have access to that information as you continue to get educated not only about this business, but more importantly about this industry. There was a variety of topics as they pertain to the products and services that are Telex related, but more importantly the marketing and how to approach and present this business. And then there was active discussion about the binary and the unilevel, and how to build really a network that is structured for the long haul. So look for those certainly within this week, and we'll keep you updated so that you can have access to all of that information. In reference to Madrid, a lot of international leaders that were not able to get to Las Vegas were in Madrid, and some even, in fact, who were in Las Vegas were also in Madrid. Kind of the buzz of that weekend was, it took like 2 hours to get into the venue because there was so much excitement and buzz about attending this event. There's quite a bit of activity and enrollment going on in these Latin American countries: Spain, Portugal, Italy, as you know. So it was just a great venue and a great meeting. From what I understand, I've spoken to several people who were there. There was a reveal of the app. In fact, Carlos was demonstrating the app itself that we're all anticipating, the release of this Sunday. He made a couple of test calls to people in the audience. The clarity was outstanding. As for those of us who had an opportunity to talk to Todd when he was in Las Vegas, truly this app is a top shelf offering, and both Carloses asked for a top shelf platform and item, so that it was not only competitive with what is out there in the marketplace right now, but would allow all of us the ability to make telephone calls from the app itself using the VoIP platform. All of that was revealed in Madrid. There was examples and testing of it, so that did a lot of wowing of the audience there. So we're all very excited and eager about the reveal and unveiling of that. And yes.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, but if Roy's available, I'm going to try to. I'm not sure if Yvonne has a speaker or a mic, but if I'm not mistaken, Yvonne was at the Madrid event with Cynthia. I'm not sure if she's able to speak, but I'm going to try to unlock her here just to give it the old test run and see if she's available.
I unlocked it. Yvonne, are you there? If you could turn down your speakers, select to speak.
If you're not willing to educate and inform them that you can.
Okay. Maybe I got to mute mine too.
Yvonne, I'm gonna unlock your microphone if you're willing to speak for a minute, but you have to mute your speakers in the background, please. Are you there? I don't think she's either listening right now or something, LJ.
Okay, it was worth a shot. I just thought, I know she was there. It would have been worth hearing what she has to say.
Are you there, Yvonne? If you can hear us, go ahead.
That's fine. Sorry about that, Rob. I'll try and reach you on Facebook.
No, it's okay. We appreciate that, and I know it's important to get perspective, and I know who we're bringing up here just in a moment. Yolanda, she as well had several people there as well, and she was getting kind of firsthand recounts of what was taking place in Madrid. But moving off to topic number 5 here. For those of us here in the United States and in the Dallas kind of Texas area, Doug, Pete, Rodrigo, others, the Bakers who were active in Las Vegas, and they've been active builders within the TelexFREE network and have a tremendous amount of experience in this industry, are putting together quite a weekend, April 12th, in the Galleria area of Dallas. We'll get more details on that within certainly the next 24 hours, but that too will be an Eventbrite kind of registration experience. But just plan on 2 days of solid training, and you're going to have the opportunity not just to hear from really significant doers in the field, but also from people within the MFA framework, as well as the Telex app and Telex mobile and cellular, and also Steve Labriola is going to be in town that weekend too. So again, for those of you in the Dallas area or know people in Dallas, put a circle around April 12th, because that's going to be quite a weekend. So as you're hearing, probably getting over to Yolanda here, there are a lot of weekend events that go on. There was a great big weekend event that went on in Fresno just this past weekend, and there was something going on in Atlanta last night. So it's important to stay plugged in and through a variety of social mediums. LJ is going to speak about this in just a moment. Is to stay engaged and stay active in things that are going on within your geography as this transition occurs from that which we're aware of to that which we're going to embrace. It's important to plug in and certainly send your people to these weekends and these events too, but they're popping up all over the country, all over the world, which is a great indicator on where Telex is and where Telex is going in the future.
Rob, I have somebody else who was in Madrid who would like to speak if we have a second.
That would be great, please.
Okay, I'm going to bring Carlos to the mic. Carlos, if you're there, he was at the meeting in Madrid. Go ahead and share some of your thoughts on that. Are you there, and can we hear you?
How you doing, guys? It's Carlos from Portugal. I hope you can hear me.
We can. Go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah, I've been this weekend in Madrid, and it was outstanding. everything from the company, this new product, and everybody is looking forward for the start of this Telex app. Well, Carlos, like it was mentioned here before, Carlos made a trial with the app, and everything went fine. Everybody's really excited about it, and looking forward to start working with it. Like I said, this convention was really good for quite a few topics. It was the first convention as M&L for the European sector, and it's like TelexFREE is like a good platform to get this forward, and people is really excited to have all this support and where to go in case of some doubts, and support for all the promoters, obviously. I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have.
That's great. How many people ended up?
How was the
there? Do you know how many people there were?
Well,
Go ahead, LJ.
we had in the audience, as far as I'm concerned, we had in the audience around 2,500 to 3,000 people from all over the world. I mean, I spoke with people from Chile, from Peru, Venezuela, from Tanzania, even from Russia, Ukraine. There were people from all over, Japan. It was absolutely outstanding to see the immense size and all that this company is involving throughout all this world, and all these different cultures fighting for the same cause, which is basically to help everybody else's lives, which is TelexFREE main thing. It's helping and changing everybody else's lives. It's been absolutely amazing, and there was people that joined TelexFREE that I had the chance to talk to. They joined TelexFREE not long ago, and they didn't had an idea of the size of the company, and they've realized during this weekend, and they were speechless, and that only promotes the will of those particular promoters to spread the word and to develop the business even further.
Hey, Carlos, it's LJ. How are you?
How you doing, LJ? I had the chance to have a little
good.
word. Had the chance to have a little word with Steve.
Yeah,
And,
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw in the pictures.
Yeah.
Did you see? I was on the phone with Steve earlier actually, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. But he said that they were showing the app and showing the usage and actually making some calls. Did you have the opportunity to see that or experience the phone calls using the app? Did he do that on stage?
They certainly did. Carlos tried the app on stage, and he phoned a member of the audience, and that member could hear Carlos quite clearly. There was no issues with communication whatsoever, and like I mentioned before, people turned really excited. They can't wait to get that app out.
Well, that's fantastic news, man. Can you think of anything else maybe that you might have left out, just out of curiosity? Maybe the dinner. Did they talk about anything interesting at dinner? Or it looked like the excitement was in the air at dinner.
It was good fun. Everybody was quite excited to be so close with James, with Steve, with Carlos, you know, and all the top sponsors. Everybody was really happy with the fact that TelexFREE was recognized as a top company and the revolution of this year. So everybody became quite comfortable because they've realized that TelexFREE is here to stay, and it's still a child of what it's going to end up being. So yeah, it was really good. It was really positive, and the contacts were extremely good. Everybody was sharing ideas, sharing contacts, and throughout the world. And it was really good to see South American people to talk and share contacts with European people, and they share supports as well about what's coming, and obviously people are really curious about this new compensation plan as well.
Well, thanks for sharing, Carlos, man. Feel free to send us the pictures of you. You know, I'll post them up on Facebook as well. And I already shared your lookalike picture with Steve there. But if you have any others you want me to share for you, I have no problem doing that.
Yeah, I sure will. I'm just get all the things together, all the pictures I've taken, and I'm going to share that with you. No problem.
Thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, LJ. Thanks, Carlos. And here another perspective of what's going on in Europe. Yolanda Lippens, many of you have seen her in Orlando, saw and heard from her in Las Vegas. She's certainly somebody who has demonstrated to all of us what it takes to build a large, thriving international business using some very simple and consistent techniques. And Yolanda, welcome home. You've done quite a bit of traveling, and again, it was great to see you in Las Vegas, and I know you have your own perspective of what happened in Madrid this past weekend, but feel free to provide some insight for those of you who you have communicated with who were there for the weekend, and more importantly, if you would, in reference to marketing, the concept of consistency and the concept and the real power of repeating, because not everybody, as we know, gets things the first go around. Yolanda Lippens.
Thank you, Rob. Yes, I have done quite some traveling. It took me some days to get back to Amsterdam. I wanted to go to Madrid, but I just couldn't go because I was stuck in Las Vegas and Detroit. But being at home, I'm very grateful, being healthy with my stuff here, with my husband here, and my home and everything. So I'm picking up everything, and I think it's about 3 weeks ago I was at this call. So I miss you guys, and I miss Las Vegas very much. So I would like to go back, and I can't wait for the next event, if that will be in Vegas, of course. Talking about marketing, sorry, the power of repeating. I advise my team to post on Facebook or LinkedIn or do whatever on spread the word with pictures, and they do it then 1, 2, or 3 times, and they tell me, well, I didn't get any response, nobody answered, and that's actually the key. You should repeat it because the mind of the person who reads it has to be on the perfect moment. We all have our path in our lives to go through, and if you post something, it can be on Monday good for Frank, and on Wednesday good for John. So it is something you have to do, is repeating. I have done my promotions since, well, I think more than a year now, and I have built up a group of people who are following me, and I don't even know they exist. So if I do my postings and I change them every time, but with the consequence of the text and the message, then people start following you, and when you post something on a Thursday and they just got the word that they lost their job, boom, they will call you. And that's how it works. You have to keep your marketing, you have to repeat it. And don't think about the first time it's not going to work. Of course, if you don't get any responses after a month or 2, then you have to think about a new way of promoting. But I know Facebook is a gold mine. LinkedIn is a gold mine. You can place ads, paid ads. You can do postings on your profiles. There are so many ways to promote yourself, but you have to keep doing it. And that's actually the secret of my growth. I just kept doing it, and now I have to stop doing it. I stopped a few months ago because I cannot handle the leads I'm getting. And for now, I still get leads from my website, from my postings, and I haven't done any promotion since a few months. So it's an echo effect. And the echo effect is that people still search you on Facebook and they still find you on a website, or if you have a sales page or whatever. So believe in the thing of repeating. About 20 years ago, I was working for a job agent in Amsterdam. And you know, you work for 3 months, and then you are 2 weeks free, and then you work for 4 months, and then you're a week free. And every time I was free or had my lunch break, I went physically to the job agent, to the office. I opened the door and I said, "Hi guys, it's me. Do you have any new jobs for me?" And 9 out of 10 times they said, "Yes, I will have something new for you for Monday or Tuesday." So I showed my face. And of course you can call, but I showed my face. And that is 20 years ago. So now in social media, show your face and keep doing it. That is my secret, one of my secrets I would really like to share with you. So keep on going and let me know how you're doing. That's very important for me to get the feedback. Okay, Rob, back to you.
Thanks, Yolanda. Thank you so much for your contributions. And truly, you know, there's so many approaches to marketing, as we all know. There's traditional marketing, there's online marketing, offline marketing. You know, what works best for you is what's most important. And for those of you, as even listening to what Jay said earlier, and what has built him a successful business and areas that he suggests we go and speak to, you know, just keep your ears perked when you're listening to these webinars and training calls. And also, as you know, they are recorded. You know, you have the opportunity to press rewind and press pause and go over, you know, some things in greater detail. I know, you know, Roy and LJ and Yolanda provide a lot of analysis on you know, kind of the interior of Telex and what's going on in our respective back offices. So feel free to, you know, press rewind and get even more familiar with what is being shared here. Over to topic number 7 here, I'm going to pass this back to LJ. As we all know, LJ, you know, has done quite a bit of national and international traveling for TelexFREE events, and has had the opportunity to meet a lot of personalities who are active promoters out there in the field, and quite a few team builders, and you know, really, you know, watching these meetings, and you know, there's a whole lot of attention, you know, given to him and for him and by him, and that's what happens. That's what, you know, what it takes to really develop a national and international business, as LJ has. And LJ was one of the few and privileged to, you know, go back to Boston about a week and a half ago and get kind of a sneak peek of what was coming in reference to the compensation plan. The man knows compensation plans well. He knows the industry well. He knows Telex very, very well. And, you know, really when he speaks, you get not only a perspective of the industry, but you get somebody who's had the opportunity to see and hear what goes on in different geographies at these meetings and events that take place here in the United States. But more importantly, you know, LJ's had international exposure to TelexFREE as recently, you know, when he was down in Brazil, and had a lot of one-on-one time with the two Carloses and Jim and Steve and other South American active team builders and promoters and other internationals who were on that cruise as well. So I'll say, you know, your perspective, your imparts of wisdom in reference to you know, conversations you've had with Steve, the meeting that you were a part of in Boston as it pertains to the compensation plan, and what we all have to look forward to come Sunday. LJ?
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate the introduction. Okay, so I see a few people have gotten off the call, like 4 people. Pretty good, though. Well over 140 people on the call. That's pretty impressive. I will take on the ever so massive topic of the compensation plan, and I'll do my best not to give you hearsay or speculation, but I will tell you things that have been said by two people in particular. Those two people are Steve Labriola and Jay, who is the IT, Jay Baromi, who's the IT expert that works for the company. I don't speak Portuguese, so I cannot give you any information that Carlos Costa has given out. I can tell you that I've had the pleasure of meeting Carlos Costa. He has hugged me and spoke to me in Portuguese, and I didn't understand a word he was saying. But he seems like a very genuine man who cares about the company. He recently released the compensation plan, and if some of you are out there, and I think some of you already know this, there is an English translation that has been put out there on the web, on YouTube. And from my understanding, I just got off the phone with Jay. It's a very good interpretation of the new model. It's not translated in English, by the way. It's subtitles. So if you're into watching subtitles in foreign movies, then you can watch Carlos Costa's video, and it'll give you a real understanding of it. It's a really good understanding of the comp plan. What I'll leave it at. Steve did say that their intent was to a certain way. Okay, there was a lack of communication. I mean, we are on different continents. Steve Labriola and the corporate staff here in the U.S. and Carlos Costa and much of the people who help out in the back office in Brazil are on two different continents, and there was a misunderstanding in communication. Maybe it was language barrier. I have no idea, and they didn't really release this thing the way that it should have been. But they are doing something that I think is important. They're getting as many people as they can out to Boston. The leaders that need to be there will go. The people who want to know more will go. And the people who want to sit and wait for that information to be given back will do that as well. And that's something that's really good. You know, they're going to lay it out on the line. Jay, who is the IT expert, as well as Carlos Wansler, will be doing the presentation. It will be videoed. There will be an audio. That information will be sent back with the leaders to be given out, plastered all over the web, whatever you want to say about it, and everyone will get a full understanding of kind of what the compensation plan is. I can tell you that currently, for all old contracts, for now, and I do say for now, all right, I don't know why that's the way it's being put out there. I don't have an answer for that. But for now, for the current contracts that you have, there will not be a 5 customer requirement. I've also been told that there will not be a monthly on those customers or on those units. All right, that's just for now. Does that mean 6 months? Does it mean 12 months? Does it mean 3 months? Does it mean a year? Does it mean in 2 years? I have no idea. All right, so don't speculate and say, well, why would they do that? Maybe that's negative. Maybe that's positive. It is what it is. Currently, when a new comp plan comes out, you will not need 5 customers. There will not be a monthly on those current units that you have. Team Builder is changing. Some of what has been put on the internet about what the Team Builder will be is how it will be. I do not know if it's exactly as it's been put out there. It sounds like you will need the left and the right position for qualification. It sounds like they will need customers. That's what's being said. And that's probably the way it's going to be. However, I'd say that's a step in the right direction because I've been in this company pretty much since it got to the U.S. and they stopped paying out on Team Builder maybe the 3rd or 4th month out. So as far as I'm concerned, if they bring the Team Builder back, changed or not, but there's an opportunity for me to earn a commission on it, I'm all for it. You know, so that Team Builder will come back and it will be available for all of us to earn an income on or build a team using that strategy. What else can I share about that? Imagine that the new comp plan would be like having ranks, okay? And basically, the more that you have, the more that you'll earn. The more ranks you have, the more that you'll earn. And it's I mean, that's pretty much typical MLM network marketing thought process. You know, the more ranks or levels you have, the more income you'll earn. The more products that are purchased on your team, the more residual income that you'll earn. I know there's a lot of questions coming in. I can tell you some of the questions that I've been reading here, and I think Roy's been answering, and I don't think everybody here gets to see these questions, but I know some of the answers to these questions because I've had the opportunity to ask them to myself, to Steve, and ask them to Jim Merrill, and you know, they're good answers. You know, why are they changing the compensation plan? Because not too long ago, they hired one of the most prestigious law firms or one of the most prestigious consultant companies in the industry. Or no, they didn't hire him. That consultant company chose TelexFREE. All right? That consultant company said, you know what? We've got an animal of a business here, and it's a good business, but they need to do just a few things different. All right? That's why they've changed the comp plan, because that company said, you know what? You won't last like this for whatever reason. Right? And there are a number of different reasons. It's not just because of the business model. It's also because the reps out there that are selling this as an investment. It's also because the reps out there who just haven't been properly educated about compliancy. And it's all over the world. It's, you know, it's not like it's just the U.S. or it's just the you know, Malaysian communities or the Indian communities or the Hispanic communities. It's just lack of education in this industry about how to promote a business. And if you think this business is the way you think it is, you're going to promote it the way you think it is. And if nobody tells you different, how do you know that you're wrong? And that's the problem with this industry. It's one of the problems. And I don't mean to get on a platform, but if you sit here and you see people that are marketing this thing the wrong way, you have to say something to them about it. You know, I don't usually listen to bloggers, and recently I saw a blogger by a gentleman. His name's Troy Dooley. He's been in the industry a long time, and to be honest, he kind of blows whichever way the wind blows. But he had some very strong comments about TelexFREE, and he was very sincere, I think, in those comments. And he made it clear in this YouTube video that they hired, or they are working with the legal group Babner and Sheffield. Everyone knows who they are, and if you don't, get on your computer and look it up. Babner and Sheffield. If you don't know who it is, ask a question in the chat box. Roy will put an answer in there for you so you can go Google it. Okay? Troy Dooley said, you know what, this is a big deal, right? He said that. That's good. He knows the value in having a mega business such as TelexFREE. He knows how big this business is, and he knows that if they're working with Babner and Sheffield, that they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing to keep the company around so that whoever decides that they want to continue to build here can. So he made it very clear that if they're working with them, they're going in the right direction. And he's seen this happen before. He's changed compensation plans. And often companies die because they change compensation plans. However, he spoke favorably about TelexFREE because of the fact that we were working with Babner and Sheffield. You know, that makes a difference in how you're marketing your business. He also said that the problem, again, usually doesn't lie in the company. It lies within the reps who are selling this thing as an investment. And, you know, that, to me, speaks volumes because that means that he's hearing it's being sold as an investment. All right? I don't care what your opinion is at TelexFREE. You know, if you don't agree with the way the business model is, you don't have to work this business. All right? But there are a lot of people all over the world who this company has changed the life of them, changed their lives, no matter how you spin it. And you know what? A lot of those same people are still going to build this business. I was listening to Carlos talk about this Madrid event. To be honest, I found out about the Madrid event about a month before it happened. And to be even more honest, Steve Labriola found out about the same time. All right? And that is a huge meeting. 2,000 people, that's a pretty big meeting. That doesn't just happen everywhere. The Dominican Republic didn't even have 2,000 people. That just happened. You know, we had 2,000 people in Orlando down in the southeast region of the United States, and you know, that's pretty crazy that there's a group growing, whether they came together or not, over in Madrid, and nobody really knew about the meeting. And that just goes to show you, like, how big this thing is and how big it will be. You know, I get that we experience all the things that we're experiencing. We've got our little issues, and I know that often we think that everything's right here, you know, but it's so much bigger than all of us on this call. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than Rob. Hell, it's bigger than the corporate staff, okay? You know, that just think about how big it is, right? So when we go out there every day, you know, we got to help each other out. You know, the people who are saying the wrong thing, and we have to educate them on what's right and what's wrong. You know, this comp plan's coming, no matter whether we like it or not. And you get to decide, do I want to buy my own customers? Do I want to go out and find customers? Because all of that's okay. You get to be your own customers. You get to go out and find more customers. Do you need to see a video of somebody using that app and calling some other part of the world? Well, guess what? You're going to have a video. So you're going to be able to do that. Is that valuable to you as a person or as a promoter? Can you sell it? Can you give it to your friend or family member so that they can use it? You know, I've done very well in TelexFREE. My sister has nothing to do with TelexFREE. Nothing to do with it. But I've helped her out. I've helped her out because she's needed it. Now, if I go to my sister and I say, look, Vicky, my sister's name is Vicky, you know, I think it's very important that you start using this cell phone. Well, why? I have a cell phone. Well, one, because this company's done a lot for me and for you and for our family. So start using the product, period. Don't tell me you can't afford it because it's affordable. It's competitive to the rates that are going to be out there. Don't tell me you can't use the app. You know, I hold people to the fire. I don't care if you're family or not. I hold you to the fire. You know, this company's done a lot for her, and she's going to have the product. I'm not going to pay for it. She's going to pay for it. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you can understand where I'm coming from, because you've got to consider it like that, all right? This company's changed a lot of lives, and it will keep changing lives as long as you hold people to the fire. You have to get out there and put people under the gun and say, look, this is what we have. This is what we have to offer you. You know, it's good for you. And if it already impacted their lives, it's not even going to be a purchase that they think twice about. Everybody on this call who has to be a customer, we're not thinking twice about becoming a customer. The minute it changes, if we're still in the company and we want to work this compensation plan, we're going to become customers because it just makes sense. Well, anybody else that you've touched with this opportunity in some way,